Hello and welcome, cadets, to today's Galactic overview of Dead Island 2. Yay! Alright, we're going to come right out of the gate with some positives. Number one thing I like about this game, the gore. The gore is the best gore I have seen in a video game ever. They put their whole entire ass into making this gore work and look amazing, because it did. The bodies were dynamic. If you hit an arm, the arm would fall off. If you hit a head, the head would fall off. If you hit the body would cut open and guts would go everywhere. If you hit its leg, the leg would break and then it would be weird. And if you hit them both, it would turn into a crawler. It was stellar gore. All the body parts had physics and stuff. The individual eyeballs would pop out. You could knock a dude's jaw off. It was amazing. I cannot stress how well the gore was done. Overall, I can't praise the gore enough. If you like gore in video games, this is definitely a game to check out and play. It's really fun to mess with and really fun to see all the gore and the zombies. Overall, visual-wise, the game was pretty good. I liked the art direction. I liked the map. I didn't explore too much. I kind of just streamlined the story. But I did like all the art and everything like that. We'll say the combat was okay. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't extremely fun, but it wasn't boring. At points it was boring. At points it was fun. You leveled up kind of progressively, and it was pretty well balanced, I'd say. You do get guns, and you're never like, it's not like, oh, I can't really use these guns because there's no ammo type thing. Like, you can kind of use all your ammo, you're gonna get more. It's pretty nice. Just kind of make sure you have ammo going into some situations. I feel like the game really knew what it was trying to do, which was just be fun. And it really achieved that. I do think it was a lot of fun to play. I guess this should be standard, but I should praise that the game launched in a good state. I played it on PS5. I don't know about PC, but I haven't heard any complaints. The game launched good. There wasn't any overwhelming FPS issues or glitches or broken. The game wasn't broken on launch, which is apparently really rare to come by these days for some fucking reason. Now that's really all I have to kind of praise right now. The story overall for me was shit. I just didn't care about any of the characters. For some reason, we cared about Emma so much and we wanted to help her so much that we sacrificed so much of our time and effort in essentially life. That's not a spoiler, by the way, so you're fine. To try and save her. I have no idea why we felt like that was necessary, but we did. And the whole time I was just kind of like, why the fuck do we even give a shit about Emma? I don't understand, but no, it is what it is. Maybe other people understood. There was a couple characters I enjoyed. I liked the doctor and his daughter. I liked that dynamic and all that going on. I thought that was enjoyable and pretty cool. I didn't like the telepaths. That's all I'll say. I didn't like them. They kind of seemed pointless at the end of the day. But yeah, overall for me, the story was not why I was there at all. There was no reason for me to care about the story, and I didn't care about the story. I tried a couple times to really, really get into it, but I just couldn't. And the ending, oh my god, the ending pissed me off so much. So much. I did not like the ending. The ending felt rushed and not fleshed out at all, like most of the characters were. Like, I think they tried to do a couple things with a couple of the characters, but it really didn't work. But yeah, overall, I didn't enjoy the story too much. I didn't care for it. It didn't make me feel feelings. I just didn't care. I'll leave it at that. The next thing I want to get into is the enemies. At the end of the finale, during the credits, I go through and try to distinguish between character types and enemy types, and I think I came up with 7 on the spot. I looked it up later, and overall, there are 9 enemy types. In a full game, all about zombies, I only encountered 9 enemy types. The Shambler, the Walker, the Runner, the Crusher, the Burster, the Screamer, the Slobber, the Butcher, and the Mutator. Those are the only ones I could find. If there's more, let me know. If there's less, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I got this right. Out of these enemies, they do have variants. So the Shambler, there's only one Shambler. The Walker, there's 12 different character models. And like the difficulties, basically the difficulty was like what they're resistant to and what kind of damage they deal. So like sneaky damage or fire damage or whatever. Then the Runner, kind of the same thing. It's just different character models and different damages. They had 6 variants. The Crusher had 2 variants. The Burster, there was only one Burster. The Burster was so annoying. It wasn't even an enemy. They didn't have to have that in the game. It was so stupid. There's 2 types of Screamers. So basically just 2 dudes that scream at you. There's 3 Slobbers, and they just spit stuff. There's 3 variants of them. There's 2 Butchers, and then there's 1 Mutator. There's not even variants of the Mutator. And spoiler alert, if you don't like spoilers, skip ahead to the time on the screen now. Okay, people, you're gone? You're gone? Good. All right. So, the Mutator is the final boss. But he's not introduced as the final boss. He's introduced like 2 hours before the final boss, and then you fight him 3 or 4 times before the final boss. And then the final boss is the Mutator again. So I just don't understand why you couldn't do something different for the final boss. I don't understand why games think that that's like a good thing to do, is to have one enemy type be like 4 different boss fights at least. Doesn't make any sense to me. All right, spoilers are back. Okay, so back to the enemy types. There's only 9. Like, come on, you could have done a little better. I do like all the variants. I think that makes up for it. But I just wish that they would have put a little more effort into the enemies and specifically really the boss fights. And let's get into the boss fights now. So the boss fights, overall, decent. It's really just a lot of enemies. Those are the boss fights. Sorry. It's just a lot of enemies, and I don't know. Some of the areas are really fun. Some of the areas are really boring. But, yeah, the enemies I found really underwhelming overall. So the Galactic overview is going to be a scale from 0 to 100. I don't know if that's basically going to be it, because I think the 1 to 10 is a little restricted. So 0 to 100, I think that's good. My Galactic overview of this game is going to be a 72. So, yeah, you can do with that as you will. Hope everybody has a good one. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.